Hello, I'm a cat called Meow. So last year, masa form 5, I used to upload all this. I call it sit down, chit chat, talk video, where I just upload anything random that is on my head, even though no one will watch. But like I just upload it because I want to talk about what's in my head. So this is one of those videos. I think I'm gonna call this video Lamb Chop. Legit. Yes. So actually a few nights ago, or maybe like December or early January, it's still early January. You know, before this, I dengar makan dinner with my grandmother, and then I think that time ada lamb chop depan mata, so like, or like yeah, lamb lah. And then I makan, and through that whole dinner, I'm a person who I'm always thinking there is something that is bad for me. It's just cannot not think. So masa that dinner, I was thinking, okay, and masa I makan that lamb chop, it's all because of that lamb chop. I thinking about why is it when we makan the sheep, the lamb, it's called lamb chop. Is it because we makan the anak? Why is it not sheep chop? Do we not eat the big one? That is something that I don't understand. Why we don't makan the big one? Why we only makan the anak? Kan kesian the anak. The anak doesn't get a chance to grow up, and that's the thing about life. Like, life is not always fair. There are always people who will get a chance to grow up, and there are people who die young, or like people who get opportunities and there are people who don't. You get me? And it's like, like chicken, you don't eat the small one. They get a chance to grow up before you eat. Wow, how yeah. Like, but then for the lamb, it's so kesian because they don't get a chance to grow up. If what I'm thinking is right, like, if not, why do we call it lamb chop? Kan? If we makan the big one, just call it sheep. Why do you call it lamb chop? So I'm assuming that we makan the anak. So that's why I'm saying it like this. Like, life is not always fair. Like, the chicken gets a chance to grow up, but the lamb just gets, it dies young. And that's also the thing. Some lamb get to grow up to become sheep, and they just used for the fur, I guess, the wool. And then some lamb, they die young and become our food. And that's the sad thing. That's just the unfair thing about life, that we all just have to understand. Life is just unfair. Some people get chances, get more opportunities than people. Some people get the opportunities but they don't realize it, or some people just get the opportunities and then they let go, because I don't know, it's just, life is unfair. And also I was thinking this is throughout the whole dinner, my face was just like, while eating. And then also, why when we makan the sheep or the lamb or whatever, it's called lamb chop. So there's a name for it, right? But then, like, it's called the animal. Like, we makan chicken, it's called chicken. We makan lamb chop, it's called lamb chop. We makan duck, it's called duck. But when we makan cow, it's called beef. That is the one of many things I cannot faham about this world and how the world works, or how the English language works. It's one weird language. And also, this beef. I don't know if we makan the big one, like the cow, or the calf. Maybe we eat both, I don't know. But the point is, you don't know which one you're eating. You don't know whether you're eating the cow or the calf, because it's just called beef. There's no, like, it's not said cow chop or calf chop. It's just whether you're eating the big one or the small one, is called beef. But why is it that sheep, they have a specific, like, you're eating the anak because it's called lamb chop? Why then the cow one is just called beef? So you just don't know, right? And it's just the thing that confuses me, because, like, why is it that cow is called beef, and then for some reason for the sheep, there's a specific thing. Like, why? That's just weird, right? And because, think of it, there are some times when in life we just, like, some people get the credit and some people don't. Because, like, let's say you're doing a group work, right? And then you all have different talents in the group work, but then when you hand it in, it's just called as a work by your whole group, right? So the people who get your work, they don't recognize the talent inside the group because it's just taken as a work from your group, right? And then sometimes you are in a team and then you hand it in, and then the person recognizes the talent of every single person, you know, like they receive it as a work of your whole group, but then this person can recognize the talent of every single person who did this work. And that's the same thing, you know. It's just unfair, like that you don't know, like whether or not it's the cow or the calf that gave the meat, you call it beef, you know. That's the same thing as whether or not there's a lot of talented people in the group, you just get one work and you don't recognize all the talent of the people. Whereas for the sheep, you know it coming from the lamb because it's called lamb chop. Like this work has, like, you can see, this person can see the talent of the individual of every single person in that group, and they can identify the talent and acknowledge it. So that's the thing, not all of our talents will be acknowledged. It depends on who is getting our work and who is analyzing our work. You get it? So sometimes we might think that we are talentless, but in reality it's just no one acknowledges it, you know. And we don't need acknowledgement, you know. We all know we are talented in something, but the thing is, as humans, we still need that kind of encouragement kind of from people. So yeah, some people, we get into the situation where all our work and everyone else's work goes in as a beef, you know. Like, let's say even if you are the only person in the group doing the work, but the thing is, your whole group hands it in as all of your work, your talent won't be recognized because that person sees it as beef. They don't see either it's the cow do or the calf do, it's just beef. And then sometimes, let's say you are the only person in the group doing the work and no one else does the work, and you hand it in, this person recognizes it as lamb chop. They see that you are the lamb and everyone else is a sheep because they only see your work, because they can see that it is only your work, so you is the lamb chop. You feel me? So like in life, it's just like that. We won't get acknowledged every single time, and that's okay, because it's not always, sometimes it's just not our fault, you know. If maybe we're just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and maybe that's why our talent or our skill or our effort is not recognized, because that person sees it as a beef, you know. And it's just, yeah, it's just unfair, you know. And also different people have like a different taste. So if like something is salty to me, maybe it's not salty to you. Maybe something is pedas for me, it's not pedas for you, right? So maybe you handed in a beef, you know, a beef that you made, and then that person tastes it and it's like, it's hangus, but actually to you it's not, like, but to them it's hangus. So that's the thing, sometimes our talent is not enough for some people, sometimes our effort is not enough for some people, and sometimes it's enough. Depends on who gets to taste the beef or the lamb chop, you know. It depends. It's we sometimes are just not enough for people, and that is a reality, you know. It shouldn't bother us, but as humans, of course it will bother us if we feel that we are not enough. So that it doesn't depend how much beef you make. It depends, because we all have our own individual like ways to do things. So maybe the seasoning that you use is not good, or I mean like the seasoning that you use is good for you, like, wow, this beef is so good, but then when you hand it in, it's like that person is like, no, it's too salty, you know, or like it's not salty enough. Because some people, they will just always find something wrong with our work, and that's not always that person's fault. It's just that we all have different, like, how to say, preferences, you know. Even if maybe I have, like, if you hand in something to me, it's very talented to you, but then to me it's not, you know. We just have different preferences, and it's no one's fault, you know. It's not really anyone's fault if we get rejected or people tell us to do better, you know, because sometimes our effort is just not enough for people, you know. Because in the end of the day, we all have felt rejection, we all have felt that our effort, our talent is not enough or doesn't matter. But sometimes it's just because different people like different seasoning, you know. Not everyone is gonna like your beef, your lamb chop, you know. Not everyone is gonna like it, so you just gotta find someone who does, and just gotta explore and find new places, find new people. It's not always your fault. Just keep on seasoning it the way you do. But if there is something wrong, like say you're using an expired seasoning, or the salt is too hard, I don't know, or you're using too much salt, like you're overdoing it or you're underdoing it, you know, you gotta realize that sometimes it's just also like we put in not enough work, or there's too much of this or too much of that. So we gotta, sometimes we do have to improve something, you know, we just have to. So we just, but don't blame ourselves, you know, it's just in life there's always something to be improved at. My captain always says there's always room for improvement, you know, and that's true. No matter how much we improve, no matter how many Bible verses you read in a day or how much time you spend with God, there's always a way that you can increase that, you know. Don't think it's enough. It's never enough. Trust, yeah, it's true. Never enough. It's it's true. It's never enough. We will never be enough for people, and that's the truth. But at the same time, people also will never be enough for us, so don't always judge people when they reject you. You have rejected people also, sis. It's just the way it is. We are just not enough for people. But we should try to make ourselves enough for God. And there's always room for improvement as long as we are on earth. All this started with me makan lamb chop at the dinner. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Happy Chinese New Year.